Welcome, friends. Today's topic is about this polarity that we have inside, talking about soulmate, inner soulmate, and how we can discover the inner soulmate, what is inner marriage. It's a very beautiful term I heard for the first time, inner marriage. And so generally what typically happens is we are always uh, driven to find like a romantic partner, yeah, because we feel that there is a void inside us and there is somebody else who can fill that void. That is the better half we call, sometimes our better half. We have all learned so that we are half and somebody will come to make us whole. Yes, so why it happens? Because we refuse to connect with the opposite gender within ourselves, the opposite polarity within ourselves. Somewhere we refuse. We want to keep believing in that there is something outside who will come and fulfill us. Yeah. So fulfillment, love, wholeness, it is not an external phenomenon, right? Whenever we are meditators, we are spiritual seekers, I think that is our understanding that if we are looking outside for these things, it is not available. And the most beautiful things in life, which are basic, is inside us, it's not outside us. So how I look at it is, friends, like you are born with, for example, four engines. You have a power of four engines, but only we are using two engines. Only we make use of two engine. Other two engines we are not using. It is the same like that. We think, okay, I am born in a female body or a male body. Also, I am only a male, and I have to look for a female to make me complete. So I am not using of the other two engines inside me. So the potentiality, our energy is blocked somewhere, because it says that 50% of our energy is actually locked, right? We have heard that so many, there are sleeping chromosome inside us. How many like DNA strands or chromosomes, are we using it? Not much. So as we are taking the task of opening our feminine side and taking on the masculine side, right? So when the feminine is open to understand, yes, there is a masculine side inside me, or vice versa. Even a man who is opening up to his feminine side, he will immediately feel there is a sense of power, there is a sense of wholeness that comes inside us. But in the society, it is not very well accepted, because masculine women, sometimes they are labeled. They can be called ruthless, cold. Even some people can tell that, oh, she's like a lesbian, she's like a man. Sometimes slang language also they use, bitchy, right? Bitchy woman she is, because she has more masculine energy. And it can be also for men, they can be called like a sissy, a weak. But even a gay, oh, he's like a gay, he's like soft, he has a soft uh, exterior. So in the society, sometimes these things are labeled. So what happens is we tend to always, typically we are always looking for this opposite gender love outside ourselves. Yeah. So why is it important? And this is, we are on the inner marriage session. Why is it important? Why is it powerful uh, to find these opposite polarities in us? Why the inner marriage is so important? Now I'll give you an example. Let's say we can begin with the masculine energy, for example. So this masculine energy can be linked to our willpower, right? The masculine part finds out what it wants and it gives that a direction. So the part of, masculine energy is like conscious, it takes decision, it is action oriented, and it wants to, he's like a go-getter. He will go and get the task done. Right? So in order for the masculine to be fully empowered and in harmony, with the whole being, he needs to consult the other side of him. Otherwise, what will happen is he becomes a very rigid man. He is like a Mr. Fix-It. He also does not value his woman's emotions because he's only one directional. He's not taking the help of the beautiful intuition he has, his creativity. That kind of men, they are blocked in their growth also. They're rigid. Maybe they are making money and maybe they are doing some kind of war, or they are a good, whatever they are good at, but it's a very egoic kind of energy. Oh, I'm a man, I'm only focused and I'm this and that. The person, men, they're very scared. I would use the word scared to look into their emotion, to look into the feminine part of themselves. So they are not balanced. They are not balanced. Sometimes these kind of men, they have so much pressure. Yeah, we hear very young men, they are dying of heart attack. So competitive, and so like this. I am a man and I have to prove myself. Like he's a go-getter. Oh, he's just like that. So he doesn't know how to rest. He doesn't know how to relax. He is not creative. Yeah. So the inner marriage has not happened for this man. He is of course, he's a half man. He's half. He'll say, I feel so half. I need another partner. Also, when he gets another partner, he does not value the partner because he has not realized his inner feminine. Yeah. And in the case of feminine female who are only feminine, too much of feminine, too much into the emotion and this, they get so weak in their heart. They get so weak and, they become manipulative. They start manipulating with their emotion. She'll cry, she'll make story, she'll make drama. And the man is so scared of these story and drama, he'll say, Baba, whatever you want, you do, Baba. I am not going into your emotions. It's too much for me. But eventually it does not works. Eventually it does not works. Because the man will soon find out about the stories and he will get more smarter. And he'll start resenting his woman. He'll find some kind of blocks and he's some kind of protection. He knows now, I know how to stay away from all this drama. He'll do some calculations in his mind. Right? So he'll also be like that. So what is happening is too much into one polarity can develop a toxicity in us. The female can go too much into the emotions and like a crybaby and the victim self, and the man can go too much into leadership and strength and rigid, so rigid that The heart rate for the men are much more than women. Very less women die of heart attack. More men only die because their heart center is closed, their feeling centers are closed, right? So either we are a man or a woman. So important is to discover these two energies inside us so that we can balance ourselves. All of us, we go through these tough period, where we really don't know what to do. We can't find solution. Outer world is so confusing. What to do? We need to go inside. Who will support us? Oh, I am a woman. If I had a man, he would have consoled me, he would have given me some direction. So the woman, what happens is, the woman keeps waiting. She is so creative. Actually, the strength of a woman is so beautiful. She's so creative. Yeah. And she's full of intuition. She knows a lot of things, but she's not able to manifest this because she can't take a decision. She's somewhere waiting for the approval of the husband, the father, boss, somebody approval she needs somewhere. Right? So passively, this woman is waiting for somebody to take a decision for her. And man also, right? Man is so much in the pain, so he is somewhere, he knows he can't comfort himself. So many men, they go into drug abuse, right? Alcohol abuse, they are more for men. Why? Nobody taught them how to let their emotions out. Nobody taught them how to nurture their feminine side. So most of especially, the rate for men with drug and alcohol and all these kind of is more. They're so scared of their emotions. So what is this inner marriage? Inner marriage is about finding the better half inside you, the two engines which you have never explored. You're only operating with only two engine, but you're given four engine. You have much more power. So you can be a boss, you have to take decisions, but suddenly there is a some situation you don't know what to do. So intuitively, you come to a conclusion. Okay, this is the right thing for me to do right now, intuitively. So what is that man doing that time? He's not um, calculating and doing this and that. No, there's no time for calculations and all that moment. He has to listen to his intuitions. Yeah. So all great people, you talk about Apple company owner, or a Facebook owner or Microsoft owner, Bill Gates. What are they? They are so highly creative, balanced people, and that's the reason they are able to take their company to such a place, because I'm sure they are so balanced. They are all meditators, right? All the people who are able to make, like I don't advocate for everyone, but I really like who made Apple. This I'm using a MacBook. I love Apple products, and wow, what a concept! So beautiful, the concept. If you read where Apple is coming from, they have a story and the way they present. Very creative as well as directive. Yeah. Steve Jobs, Mark Zuckerberg, Bill Gates. I love hearing their speeches when they speak about how they take their business forward. So not only taking a mission forward, even the woman nurturing a small child, she needs to have that masculine aspect. Otherwise, she won't be able to discipline the child. Discipline is a masculine aspect, right? So there's so beautiful processes are there where you discover this other side of you, the other half of you. You discover that, right? And once you meet that part, oh, it's so much fullness. Maybe the external world has hurted you, or there is something that's not going on, but I know I am full inside. The first thing is we all need to affirm we are whole, we're not half. We are whole. We are whole beings. We are God beings. And how can God be half? We are full. So these both aspects are so much beautifully balanced inside us, and we can make use of it. Man needs to understand the woman. Woman needs to understand the man. There need to be trust. There need to be respect. There needs to be love. What a man can do, a woman cannot do. What a woman can do, a man cannot do. So these are the external qualities. But how will we learn this? Suddenly we get married and there is a man who's so much different this guy is, this girl is. How do I manage? Array, that man first has to understand what the feminine is inside him through meditation or some practices. He has developed a feminine aspect inside him. Only then that man will understand the external woman. The female has gone inside and developed a spine for herself, like a strength where she can stand. She's very strong, and that's how she finds a balance. That's how she understands, oh, this man, why is he not talking? He want to just avoid. Oh, I think he needs space. Yeah, let me give him some space, because she understands her inner man. Oh, the man says, why is she's like so like a wild person right now? She's too much in her emotions. Let me not fix her. Let me just listen to her. I think she needs me to just listen, nothing else. Let me just be there for her. So this man, because he knows his inner woman, he will be there available for this woman outside. So inner marriage, friends, these two aspects needs to have a marriage inside us. Once we have the marriage, even the understanding of this concept, first we do understand with our mind, then it goes into our emotions, and then it sinks into our energy and the wisdom body. So when we are talking about it, we are having a mental understanding, right? So there are beautiful processes which can help you to go into those emotions and to really integrate those emotions and turn it into your wisdom body. Once it comes to the wisdom body, you start living it, right? So one of the process that we are doing is on the 14th of August. It would be like I think it's 3 hours, and we are doing a process. It's more of experiential. Now we are talking, but it's more of an experiential process where you meet that man, that woman that your heart have been longing for, and you connect to that energy, because it exists inside you. It is not outside you, it exists. You need to find out. So sometimes you need a little guidance to connect to that, and once you connect to that, it becomes your practice. So you have a problem with your husband, you close your eyes and you ask your inner man, what is happening? Why is he so like that? So your inner man says, I think he is feeling very powerless. Powerless is not good for man. No man like to feel powerless. He always want to be in control. Okay. He's feeling powerless. He doesn't have control. Okay, let me go and appreciate him. Yeah. So the woman goes and appreciates. Oh, you're such a lovely husband. You have always been by my side. You are always strong. Suddenly she finds, oh, the husband's mood is getting better. Huh? And the man understands the inner woman. Why is this woman acting crazy? Whatever I'm saying, she's talking something else. Oh, I have to listen to her deeper. Man has to listen to women deeper, because they are always talking from their intuition. The woman will always say, you never love me, you never love me. The man will say, what are you saying? I never love you. So many times I loved you. Actually, the woman, what is saying is, in that moment, you are not loving me. She talks like that. She talks in parables. Right? So how will you understand that until you know your inner woman? Who has educated the man to understand a woman? What education can be there? Can you read a book and understand a woman? Like she's like a tornado. She's mystical. Who has ever understood a woman? Which man? Which poet? No, nobody. Even a woman doesn't understand herself. So the greatest poet, they say, women don't need to be understood. You just dance with her, you celebrate with her, that's it. And you support her, you be with her.
So Aditya, how does this workshop help people who are not married?
Yeah, so the people who are not married, very good. First is inner marriage, important. First is inner marriage. First go through your inner marriage, discover your inner, and you will attract a partner who is so much in sync with your energy body, right? And you can really understand and help her, and you can grow together so beautifully. Otherwise, yeah, all we do is we choose something that makes our life more like a tornado. Already our life is a tornado, and then we invite another tornado, then two tornadoes, then you become like a huge thing, that you shake not only yourself, then you shake everything around. Yeah, so very good if you can first do the inner marriage, and then you are ready for outer marriage. You are so prepared, so very well prepared, and you attract a good partner for yourself, and you walk towards one direction. Otherwise, what happen? Husband wants to go here, wife wants to go. How will they walk together? You need to meet someone who has the same purpose, and you're moving together, helping each other to reach that purpose. Right? So that is the essence of inner marriage. If you have any questions, I can answer.
Yeah. So before anybody has any questions, so for this particular workshop on 14th, we will be providing recordings in case you're not able to attend the workshop for any reason after registration. It will be available for a week. Typically, we like to restrict the recording so that, because you don't get into a loop of going through the processes again and again, because that's not very healthy. So yeah, any questions?
I have a question.
Yes, Abhilashji, yes, please.
So I was listening to what you're saying in the beginning. So the polarity means, like as you said, for a man, for example, he feels that he's not whole enough, because why? Because that is the reason why he has not met the inner woman, right? In say that he has not met the shakti inside, right? So but once that awakening process starts, once the man start to evolve, so the like the giving of love can also be in a state of from once he understand the inner marriage, then the love can flow from a place of fulfillment, right? That means I am totally filled inside, so I don't want anybody to complete me, so I can pour from a filled cup, not from an empty cup.
Exactly.
In that sense, is that the one you are talking about? Okay.
Yes, exactly. And one more thing I would like to say: after you feel fulfilled inside, then it is you can choose to be very masculine outside or very feminine outside, right?
But I have a, sorry to interrupt you, forgive me to interrupt you. So but like any man finding their partner, it is the natural instinct. Is the natural instinct inside a man and a woman. For example, like when we after the school and we go to the college campus, if nobody tells you to talk about anything, you will be naturally attracted to girls, like boys. Like it is a natural phenomenon that opposite sexes are attracted. But here, I mean, so can you explain something? Because what I'm trying to understand is that is anything wrong in naturally attracting, or but not from an awakened state, it is natural.
It's the most natural, most beautiful thing to get attracted.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then how to integrate this, because I'm trying to understand the dynamics here.
Yes. Yes. So it's very natural to get attracted to an external male or external. If I'm a man, I'll get attracted to a female. Some female is
Okay.
I'll get attracted. Very natural thing, right?
Yeah.
But as you become more aware, you know this woman, and not only woman man, any relationship is a mirror. It's a mirror. She is reflecting your inner feminine. Any awakened, aware person, any meditator will know that this entire
Okay.
world is a reflection. So what that man will do is first he will awaken the inner woman.
Okay.
Once he find that, then what? This is a Maya, this is a play. He'll become a man and he'll dance with the woman. What is there? Inside he is balanced.
Okay.
But he
Okay.
can be very masculine. And he at the same time, he can be very attractive also. What I want to say, the sexual potency does not go down when you balance inside. It will be more balanced, and it
Okay.
will be more, I won't say controlled, but you will know how to transmute it. You will know whom to be with. You will know what kind of relation you want. You will know what is not good for your path. You will
Okay.
know, you will not engage in sexual activities where you pick up a lot of hard emotions from the woman. Or it may happen karmically, we do have these imbalance. Maybe she's very attractive, but oh my god, she's sitting with a lot of emotions there. So aware man will sense that though she's attractive, yes, I do appreciate your attraction, but is that something for me to go into it?
Okay.
How will you know that? Only when you know your inner woman, the man will be able to know that. Even for a woman, when she discovers the inner man, she's aware. The man, when he is doing some nonsense in the sexual act, she said, stop, don't do that. Be aware. I will not tolerate any nonsense. Most of the women, they even don't know what it is. Whatever the man is doing to them, they are just like a receiver. They're throwing all kachadas on the woman, like a dustbin. How will the woman know? When she discovers the inner man, when she is a meditator, when she's aware, she'll say, you know what? She can say it in a good way also. This is something I think you need to work for. This is not the right thing. I don't enjoy this. I don't enjoy this touch of yours, or I don't enjoy this act of yours. Right? So maybe she will direct. Please breathe. Please be meditative. Relax. Don't jump up to something. Relax. Breathe.
Okay.
Did I answer your question, Abhilashji?
Yeah, and it's so it in other ways it's more owning our own, what you say, when it comes to not to sexuality, it's owning our own sexuality, like um not to operate from a place of neediness, but from a place of fulfillment.
Fulfillment, yes. And then when we are fulfilled, we also attract somebody who is full. Right?
Yeah, so to be very honest with you, I mean, this is the core thing, and it's an important thing, but it really takes time for a man and woman to really integrate into the soul. It's a gradual process, but the thing is, for me, I'm getting reminded every time of this, and because now in these days I'm getting more aware that, okay, am I operating from a place of lack, or am I filled inside? So what I am projecting, I'm becoming more aware these days.
Yes, you're in the process
Yeah.
of discovering, and let it take time, but isn't it worth? Let it take time, but isn't it worth it to feel whole inside? And we do have to sometimes go through on many toxic emotions of ourselves, insecurity feeling, feeling of powerlessness. All these things will come. We have to cross them.
Okay.
And that is the reason the relationship is the greatest tool for learning. If you can live a relationship well, you don't need any other healing process or anything, right? Your tool is already there available. You can, every day you are learning from your wife or husband all the lessons. And if you can be really aware in a relationship, it can be the most wonderful tool, the man-woman relationship. And let me just, one more thing I would like to say here. There's no perfect relationship ever. All relationships are tools for development. That's how what I have learned. So that perfect relation which we see, yes, sometimes we have good karma, and we have really taken this karma to have a partner where we just want to heal ourselves. But always relationships are about learning. So it's not that, there's some perfect relationship somewhere and we'll reach somewhere and somebody has done that. It has never been like that. So all relationships are learning too. Either they are healing us, nurturing us with love, or to get to our purpose, or maybe sometimes with conflicts also getting to our purpose. So it can be either or.
Yeah, and how I have one more question: how to deal with as you said, no. For example, if a man is on the awakening process and he's progressing towards these truth, whereas for example his partner maybe they are married before, and the partner, as you said, plays a lot of dramas on a day-to-day life. So at some point, as you said, the man or a woman will get kind of because he can understand this is drama going on. And so are we going to, so what I'm trying to say is, if that is going on a long ongoing basis, shall we pull out from that relationship even if it is husband and wife, or what is the best solution there? So I mean, one side we may be draining ourselves, but other side, we don't want, because of the social condition, we don't want to divorce. But if the thing is, again, then you are living a life of agony and misery. How to integrate that? I'm very open here. With these questions needs to be discussed.
Yeah. You are very open in your mind, but I feel somewhere you are not connecting to your heart, right? And
Okay.
this is the practice that requires a lot of study. One of the study I can welcome you is with, I have created a course called Life Force Management, where you get everything related to this subject. You need to read a lot of books, read books by David Data, Osho, because it requires really, you have to change your thought pattern somewhere. Um, being a man, we are left brained, and I can sense that in you, and which is very natural. I've been a left brain person throughout my life. It took a lot of effort and meditation to understand the right brain. But you need practices, and this wisdom needs to come from you. I don't want to give you a short answer to this, because there cannot be a short answer to what you have asked, right? But yes, once you get into the practice and you take an initiative that, yes, I'm going to heal this, I am going to learn this, because of course you have taken this situation to learn this. Definitely you have taken this situation to learn from the higher perspective, and you are going to learn this.
Okay.
Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Any other questions?
Then we will see you all most of you on Saturday for this workshop at 4:00.
Yeah, the inner marriage, I think, is quite like a light workshop, and maybe you can get a glimpse of what I am talking deeper, because sometimes, there's so many facets working with this. And I was talking to Deepti also, thanks to her for giving me this platform. When every, Thursday, like every week I have to come with a new topic, which is I felt like a challenge. But when she said, I'm so amazed that there are so many facets to it. And sometimes we really can't club everything and give you like a package. So I think inner marriage is a very beautiful way to understand what this subject is all about. And possibly, you might want to delve deeper into the subject with books or any other studies.
My idea on how I look at what Aditya talks about is also like these discussions. It's 30 minutes discussions, but I think it's something which leaves us with food for thought. Because he comes up with things, whether they are concepts, whether sometimes they are words or phrases, which over the week you tend to think key and then start, because awareness is the first step. So like, let's say what Abhilash was talking about today. So once, if you become aware that, okay, I need to be full inside. So whether you attend the workshop or not, that is immaterial. But the fact that the thought has been planted in your mind, it means that if not today, sometime in the future, you will soon start seeing that when something happens in your environment, you may react, but then you'll take a step back and think, acha, now let me see how I can relate to that. So that is the whole purpose of these talks and discussions. I mean, we are not looking at healing because it's never instant healing. These are very deep topics. So I think the whole purpose is to start discussions for people to become comfortable using these words. Like, I'm so glad Abhilash spoke about this today, because very few of us have the guts, I would say, to speak in a public forum and talk about that this is what is happening in my life. So I think that's a very good start, and I would really give like a good
Thank you.
applause to Avilash for talking about it, because it's not easy, especially in the Indian culture. It's not easy. We are not raised to talk about such things.
And one more point I was getting, because I have already spoken about it, Abhilashji, that women are not to be understood. They have to be celebrated. They have to be celebrated. So you need to become that man, that Shiva, who can dance with Shakti, right?
Okay.
Without judgment and without criticizing or without getting into your head. And you
Okay.
can say, I can.
So in a way you are saying to be unconditional.
I don't mean unconditional, because you need to also listen to her, because women, they talk in a very mystical way, and they are giving you signs and signals to improve your own life, improve your own health, improve your own business. If you can listen to your women, even whatever ways, Gujrip's wife, she used to pour boiling water on his head. He had boils in his head. He didn't have any hair. And he did, at the end, he has written about his wife: because of my wife, I got enlightenment. So I bow down to my wife. His wife was so angry with him. So what I'm trying to say, not that extreme thing, but I know it is hard. It is so triggering, and we really, oh, when that happen, I know, when it happens between man and woman, this thing, but yes, that's where we need to bring our awareness, and that's the practice. And a lot of practice is burning that karma, but you know what karma it is? The karma that was created to, which made us separated from that part of us which was there in us. So we are all separated from the source, from our other half. That's the karma. What is the karma? Karma is bringing that masculine, feminine in the back, and the polarity dissolves. I think, I don't know enlightenment. I'm not enlightened yet, but somewhere all we need to transcend this polarity. Yeah. So that's what is this entire karmic journey with our man and women is all about. Once we are able to love our women in our house, who else would you get scared outside the world? Who else can fail you? What other challenge will you have? You can't have that. You win your house, you win your man and women in your house, you win your inner man and woman. Nobody can defeat you. You are not scared anymore, because all your training has happened already. It's the outer world, is the entire world is the feminine. And as a man, you have to be penetrative towards that. So it's like the business is a feminine, but you have to be penetrative. So a man doesn't penetrate once, he's always penetrating. Whatever he's looking, he wants to look deeper, go deeper, know deeper, ask why. Right? So you understand man, woman here, and you understand the entire dynamics of this world or the system. So that's how I feel when I work with this subject, that you understand sexuality, you understand everything in, out, around. That is spirituality. Secret sexuality is spirituality.
I like to end this session by, on a lighter note, telling all the men who watch this later on the YouTube channel to start celebrating their women, and all the women who watch this, make sure your men watch this so that they can start celebrating you.
Wonderful.
So, chalo, have a great night and see you on Saturday, or not, then next Monday.
Next.
Thank you, Aditya.
so
Thank you.
much.
Thank you.
Stay.
Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.